What? You didn't click on the thumbnail to see me?
What's in the box?
I think I love retro games.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
I think I love retro games.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
I think I love retro games. Hello, yes, it is me. It is Jace at Retrogames. I'm straining myself every week. I do it. Oh, I made myself cough then. Wish you just would. Oh. No, sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a cough on the intro. I'll try it again. Let's try it again. I think I love retro games. Hello, yes, it is me. It is Jace at Retrogames. I'm still feel it. I can still feel it. Medic. Yeah, maybe. How are you? How are you? How's your week been? Weather's not got that much better, is it? I don't know why I talk about it. I'm British. We talk about the weather. What can I say? I'm born into it. It's just, what can I do? You know, that's what you do in the UK. You just talk about the weather. Absolutely no interest in the weather, really. As long as I'm indoors, who cares? I'm a retro gamer. I barely see the light. Anyway. Welcome to the show. If anyone's enjoying it, put your hands up. Yeah, just me. No, it's been a good run of this What's in the Box show. It's not stopping. But Hardcore 44. It's time to start thinking about a new episode of the Retro Games show, the Retro Games show, where I talk about your questions and comments, and we all have a bit of a chat and a bit of a laugh. In a long extended show. We're going to bring you back for another episode, maybe a summer special of the Retro Games show. So it's time for you to start sending me your messages. Now, you can write to me at the normal, at my email address there, that sales at retro, not sales and retro, that's not a site. Sales at retrogames.co.uk. You can write to me there, or you can comment on this video and the next one, because I don't think it'll be next week. And then I shall keep all them comments, and we shall have an old school Back to the Retro Games show Super Summer Special, which I've been promising for a while. I'm feeling guilty for not doing. So let's bring it back. Let's get the list back. Let's get a prize out. Yeah, let's see how we do. So yeah, Retro Games show coming back very soon. What do you want to talk about? Well, you can talk to me about, what do we talk about? Your first gaming experience, especially if you're outside the UK. We always experience your first game you played, your big gaming disappointments. The time that you broke something of your favourite part of your collection, anything really. The first arcade machine that you saw and that blew your mind, just something in your gaming life that you'd love to get off your chest, that we would all love to hear about. Because we've all got stories, we've all been gamers for far too long, and games they're like the backbone of our lives. They paint a picture, don't they? You can trace your whole life with video games. And it's fascinating to hear about that. You know, I wonder if anyone's got like for a wedding present they got a Dreamcast or something. You know, there's stories like that. There's games that have infected your life that people think you're mad. A lot of people think us gamers are mad. Oh, what's he still playing with computer games for? You know, that kind of. It's not so bad now, but for a long time we were pariahs. We were, yeah. In the doghouse. Oh, he's upstairs playing his computer. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. Anyway, thank you for that. Any comments? Just comment on this episode. Comment on next week's. Write to me. And I shall sift out all the good stuff, and we shall have a chat on the show, on the Retro Games show, when it comes back very soon. Now, further to that, newcomers of the show, what we do every week is we talk. I pick my favourite items of all the new items that come into the retrogames.co.uk website, which is the best, biggest, most amazing website for retro games in the world. I say that a lot. And it's the oldest. It's the oldest. Retro Games is older than Google. Yes, the site has been up longer than Google. What do you think of that? It's an amazing stat, isn't it? Yeah, maybe Google have kept up with web development a little bit better than us. Maybe. But the fact is we were there first, so Google. And we're older, you know, we're older than ebay.co.uk. We are older than all those places that you frequent all the time on the internet. Retrogames.co.uk, it's the Mac Daddy. It's the Mac Daddy of websites, of all websites. So, you know, it might be falling to pieces, it might be clunky, it might be old, but it works, and it's got 26,000 old retro games on it, and you need to be checking it out every week to see all the new stuff that comes on. Well, most of you do, or you wouldn't be watching this rubbish. Anyway, this week it's a bit different because I'm going to show, I've got a collection in this week, and I'm actually going to show a box of stuff, an actual box. What's in the bloody box? Why did I say bloody? Oh, PG, Jace. But I think bloody is PG. Harry Potter says bloody. It's okay. No, it's not Harry. It's Ron, isn't it? Ron says bloody. Anyway, we've got a collection this week, and I thought, well, it's not actually on the site this week, but it will go over the next week or 2 weeks. This stuff will be listed, but it's such an unusual collection. I thought, well, I've got to do a show that, especially on that one. So we're doing a show on that. Breathe, Jace, breathe. It's on a subject we've covered quite a few episodes. Let's open the box. What the heck is that? It is a collection of games on the Blabby label. Now, we've talked about Blabby. It was a shop in Leicestershire. I call it Blabby. It's meant to be Blaby. Okay, Blaby, Blabby. Tomatoes. Nobody says tomatoes. But Blabby, they made some very obscure, rare games. The big hit in the UK was Barmy Burgers. That's probably their biggest hit on the Spectrum. But they released loads of stuff for Dragon, for VIC-20, for BBC. But some of the most obscure, rare games that you will ever find in the world of retro gaming. They're all really early, sort of 82, maybe 82 to 85 tops. That's about as late as they got. And they're such strange titles. They have some strange covers. I love them. I love Blabby. So when you buy a whole collection, someone's Blabby collection, he gave up. He sold us the collection because he was trying to get the whole set, but he realised it was such a big job and some of the titles are so expensive he was never going to get there. So he got out of it. He's concentrating on other labels, and so I took the opportunity and I bought this into stock. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the games within it. So if you don't like 8-bit games, if you're waiting for some Nintendo stuff, not today. We're just doing the Blabby collection. Okay, now I'll put it over here and I'll slowly dig them out of the box. Now there is just one clam on top, and that is Casey Jones. I'm going to pepper this with some gameplay of some of the games. Casey Jones for the Spectrum. It's a train game. Again, very simple. They're very simple design aesthetic, but I don't believe that the normal. I think they stole that picture. I think we could probably find that on an old magazine or an LP or something, because I don't believe that's the normal style of Blabby. Instructions on the actual reverse. That is no separate instructions with that. Casey Jones clam is what we're going to start with. But now we're going to just get a little pile out, and we'll talk about some of the highlights. Okay. The first one is amazing. Never had this in stock before. Ruby Robber. Let's just check that out. Ruby Robber. I mean, look at that. So they're robbing something, but there's snakes. I guess that's like in a temple. It's for the Dragon. Sadly. But I mean, when it gets to games this rare, these could be the last copies, so you don't know. But sadly, it has got a little bit damp at some point. It's got a bit flaky. But that is Ruby Robber. That is for the Dragon 32. A lot of stuff for Dragon. Laser Run, Dragon 32. We have covered that before, I think. Yeah, that's not particularly as rare. I love this game. We've covered this on the show, I think, right at the beginning. And that's called Gissa Job. And I think it's based on Boys from the Black Stuff, an old BBC drama. Where the guy, was it named Yobbo or I don't know, Yompy, and he just says gets a job. He's desperate to get a job up north somewhere, I think they just based the whole game on that catchphrase. Boy, yeah, I don't know. I think so. I think my memory's there is a bit jangled. But yeah, for Dragon, a lot of these games, they didn't go out. You didn't get a Spectrum version of the same game. You just got them on individual random formats. What about this one? This is a rare one. Mutant War. Never seen Mutant War before. Now that, to me, looks like Buck Rogers. I mean, if you remember Buck Rogers from the 80s, beautiful game though. Again, Dragon 32, Mutant War, I've got the instructions in there. Let's have a little read. 15 screens, a constant zapping for all you arcade freaks. It literally says that. Spinning wheels, rotating robots, spaggly birds, and the dreaded Yum. Yum monsters. Superb high-res graphics, fire your laser at the mutants. First they will turn into gravestones, then after a few seconds they appear as ghosts. Their aim is to catch you, and they can be halted for a few seconds by firing your laser at them, after which they will resume their relentless pursuit. They don't write inlays like that for PS5 games. Carrying on, we've got a lot of these, the Dragon games, they just have these simple Dragon logo in the middle. Lazy, no artwork. So, you didn't get this on other formats, it just tends to be the Dragon and possibly VIC-20. The Spectrum ones all had colour graphics, colour inlays, but yeah. Anyway, Trun, what a great name, Trun. I think it might be a rip-off of Tron, what do you reckon? Perilous Pit, this is a game that we actually have already got in stock, I think. Again, Dragon, Perilous Pit. Not so excited in that one. I don't know what this game is. Brock's Kingdom. Brock's Kingdom there. Yeah, it's got a label. It's a little bit doggy. The old inlay. Bombs Away Basil. I mean, come on. I really wish this had some artwork, didn't it? Because it would be amazing. What the heck were they going to do? Bombs Away Basil, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to read that one. No, saving it. There's a lot of this stuff. Next, Olympia. This is Blabby's attempt at doing a track and field style Olympics game. And here we are again. You join us here for the 100 metres final. Yes. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking he's walking to the line. No, this is actually the sprint. The slowest race ever. And wait till you see the crowd. Yes, corruption crowd. And you got that hand holding in the middle. Lovely photo. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Complete in 5 of the events. 100 metres. Oh, I love this one. This is one of my best ever sleeves. Boris the Bold. Boris, look at this. I mean, you can't. I mean, they just would never. Isn't it beautiful? Such a beautiful. That is typical of Blabby. Beautiful game. Boris the Bold. Oh, we covered this one quite in depth in about 3 episodes. McDougal's Last Stand. Yeah, that is a guy, a kind of racist image of a Scottish person running away from a robot. But we've covered that before. I'm not going to go into that one. What about this now? I love this one. Never seen this before. Yeah, I love it. I've been doing this job my whole life since I was in my early 20s, and I'm still finding games I have never seen before. And this is one such game. Desperado Dan. Obviously a rip-off of Desperate Dan from the Dandy comic. Desperado Dan. Oh wow, look at this thing. I mean, beautiful. Oh, they can't even be bothered to put a label on this one. Okay, let's read this. Desperado Dan was a guest of Her Majesty's prison. That was until his timely escape. Help him get back to where he did his loot. Oh, where he hid his loot. It'd help if I had my glasses on. But no one has told him a supermarket had been built over it. That's the whole story there, isn't there? He's hid his loot, there's a supermarket been built over it. I mean, what are you doing, tearing down a supermarket? Strange game. More, Jace, more. What's this stuff? What about this? The Bells. Another contender for most frustrating game of all time. It's up there with Airwolf. Yes, you've got to jump it. I've got to jump this ball to get to the... I have no idea why you actually go through the bricks. I mean, that's one heck of a fall. Just smash my head through a whole massive castle wall. I've got to keep jumping. We're going to get to the bell. Let's get to... Oh, that was close. I fell straight through the next wall. Yes, offensive. No, it's not. It's a Hunchback game. I've never seen this before, a Hunchback game. I've seen it with the plain label, but I've never seen it with the picture label. The Bells. And look at that guy, that Hunchback guy. Ooh. Blabby, do you like it? Yeah, you've all switched off. No, don't switch off. What about this? Another game I've never seen in my life before. This is the joy of this show and working at Retrogames. Stuff you've never ever seen. Caverns of Chaos. So does it remind you of anything? Yeah, that's right. It's a blatant rip-off of Manic Miner. There was a lot of it about. Let's check out Caverns of Chaos. Look at that. Beautiful game. Again, Dragon 32. What tells more about the chaos? Deep underground on the planet Sagon, there lies the Caverns of Chaos. Our intrepid explorer, Spaceman Jones, sets out on his mission to negotiate the vast labyrinth, collecting keys from each cave to open the secret door to the next cavern. That's one sentence. That is all one sentence. Yeah, incredible. But yeah, I mean, it looks of the time. It looks like something from the early 80s, doesn't it? It just looks... I mean, I don't know how you... To recreate that graphic style looking so old-fashioned now is really, really hard. Even in AI. Laser Run, it's another just a simple total there. Total title on the top. Another one, Boulder Crash, again. They did this a lot for the Dragon. They just put plain labels. What's next? Yeah, there's the Bells. That's how we've already had that in stock before. The Bells with the normal sleeve. Boulder Crash. Do you think that's a little bit cheeky? A little bit cheeky. First star might be cross about that. Boulder Dash. No, Crash. What about this one? That's an unusual one. Mission Attack. It doesn't look like any... It's very dark. A dark blue spaceship on an orange background. Unusual. Mission Attack, again, very unusual. Oh, and look at this. I think that is how it was made. That just shows, this is a back bedroom coding outfit in the back of the shop when they're actually using John Menzies computer tapes to record their programs on. Amazing! Cosmic Crusader. Now, Cosmic Crusader is another game that we've already had in stock, but again, pretty rare. I mean, there's no such thing as an unrare Blabby game. This is a rare one. Star Swoop. Yeah, never seen this. Again, I've seen it in the plain inlay, but I've never seen it in colour. That is so dated. Look at that. Beautifully dated. Let's just say that. Yeah, again, there's the inlay, everything. Star Swoop. Are we getting there, Jace? Are we getting... No. Almost halfway. Almost halfway. This is another game I've never seen before. Morbid Mansion. Yes, Morbid Mansion. Look at that. Who knew? I mean, I'd love to have gone to the Blabey game shop, just checked out. I guess their whole shelves have just been full of their own stock. Because I don't know. I used to go to a lot of computer game shops in the 80s. And I don't remember ever seeing a Blabey game actually on the shelves. I remember seeing the reviews in Crash, but I don't remember ever actually seeing one available in the shop. I'm missing out. Let's read Morbid Mansion. It'll be interesting, isn't it? Oh, it's a long one. 10 rooms in this old mansion must be negotiated before we come face to face with the dreaded Morbid. You are all alone, and suddenly the clock gets to 12. That's it. Wow, the clock gets to 12? Seriously? They're pushing the boundaries. Laser run. Have we already done a laser run? Feels like we have. I think we did it and it was just plain text. Again, just to prove that this is a thing they did. There it is on the proper label, on the proper computer tape. That is an original tape, even though it looks like it's on some kind of like homemade version. That is actually how it was produced. A lot of these really early games, obscure labels, that, you know, the quality of the reproduction is low, but that is kind of adorable. Copter Snatch. Now this game also, you can get this on the Spectrum, but different sleeve. That's a very different picture. Copter Snatch. I still think it's one of the rudest titles of a game of all time. What did you do last night? I copped a snatch. You what? Yeah, she didn't mind. What? I know it's just wrong, isn't it? It's wrong. Stop it, Jace, you filth merchant. You absolutely, you and your thumbnails, and now you'd started being filthy on the show. I thought you were trying to keep this PG. I'm trying. Okay, next row. Speed it up a bit, Jace. All right, I'm trying. Kung Fu Master. I mean, Kung Fu Master just sounds like an actual game released by other people. A bit cheeky, Kung Fu Master. Star Swoop. There's the Star Swoop plain label version. Oh, here we go. Jumpman. Now this is why Blabby. This is probably why they stopped making games, because they started treading on a few copyright toes. This is Jumpman for the Amstrad, and that is got to be Mario, isn't it? I mean, come on, that is really naughty. Probably more annoying is that it's an absolute stitch-up to anybody who bought it. It's not related to Mario at all. It's a Cubert rip-off. I know. You look at the sleeve and you think, oh, think of how disappointed you'd have been buying a game with Mario on the front and then getting this. Naughty, but, you know, amazing. These kind of dodgy rip-off games, they got away with it. They got away with it. I don't know, maybe they didn't. Now this one is even better. This is probably my favourite in the collection, I think. It's for the Amstrad again. It's called Ricochet. Not the label, there was a label, Ricochet. But look, who the heck is that? What? Yeah, Stallone! Stallone Rambo is on the front, Ricochet. Look at that. Terrible drawing of Sly there. Again, yeah. Oh, hang on. Oh no, this is that's just from a previous retailer. Previous retailers put a little card in there, which is a great idea, isn't it? Why don't Retrogames do things like that? Put little cards or flyers in their parcels. Oh, I don't know. That's stupid. They're just lazy. No, not lazy. I would do it. Just too busy. Too busy to organise it. That's it. Temple of Doom. New Indiana Jones film in the cinemas at the moment. Not doing very well. This is a stark reminder of how good they were, but you know, this has got nothing to do with Indiana Jones, but very, very cheeky. Temple of Doom. Shame there's no cover art for that one. Starman Jones. Now, didn't we talk about Starman Jones on a different game? We did, didn't we? Starman Jones. And he's got his own game, so it's a sequel. They've got a character. It's like Cuthbert or Horace or, you know, Minor Willie. Weird. Yeah, Starman Jones. He's the king of Blabby. Mutant Wars. What a great name. I mean, that must have been used a few times in the world of gaming, wasn't it? Mutant Wars. A little bit chewed on the inlay, but, you know, what can you do? The Olympia plain sleeve version. Move on quick from that because we've shown you the graphics one. Is this a plain sleeve version of Boris? Remember Boris the Bold, the orange guy? Morbid Mansion. We've got the plain version of that. Dragon Darts. This is a game about interplanetary space exploration. No, it's not. It's about darts. Darts. Yeah, love it. Karma Crazy, based on the classic Culture Club song. It's not really. Karma Crazy, an unusual one. Again, sadly, plain sleeve. It's the artwork that really gets me excited about Blabby stuff. Cosmic Crusader, we've had the art version, that is the plain version. Now we're getting through them. What's next? Here we go, The Sword and the Sorcerer. It's got artwork. We've actually got a copy of this in stock already, I think. But again, really rare. I'm really badly drawn. Let's just have, I mean, look at these. They're meant to be terrifying. That skeleton at the back. What? You know, they they let the kid on work experience do the artwork on some. Here's a rare one, and I love the artwork for this one. This is Bug Blast. And what a beautiful inlay. Look at that. I mean, as an object, as you know, I collect vintage video games. Check this out. I mean, it's such a beautiful thing. I don't know. You're never gonna find things like this. Oh, unless you come to Retrogames. We get all the best stuff. This is for the VIC-20. We've moved on to Commodore formats. For the VIC-20, Bug Blast. I love that. That's amazing. VIC-20 again. Compendium 1 and 2 can do these together. These are compilation sets, but they have artwork. Both again for VIC-20. Super rare. It says the games. I think they've all got games. This one has got Tron. It actually says Tron. They really were pushing it. Tron now. I know we called it Tron, but now we're calling it Tron. Get over yourselves. And Hydro Blast on that cassette. And the other one has Gobbler, another rude title, Gobbler, and Laser Blast on the other one. Moving on. Okay. Right. The Spectrum one's got a bit of a chip case, but that is Killer Kong. Not particularly rare for the Spectrum, Killer Kong. But you know, we all love a Donkey Kong style game. Killer Kong there. Here's the one, Barmy Burgers. We've shown it before, but this was the game that captured my imagination as a kid. It's a sausage chasing a burger. Now, say what you like about artwork, but you do not top a sausage chasing a burger. That's about as good as it gets, isn't it? I mean, that burger looks terrified. It's terrified. And the sausage, incredibly angry sausage, isn't it? Incredibly angry. Barmy Burger, yeah, brilliant. I think there's a little mistake there. Look, Barmy Burger on the cassette, Barmy Burgers on the case. That's just typical of the design ethos at Blabby Games. I'm calling them back to Blabby. I'm not saying Blabby anymore. Plug It. Plug It. This is another Spectrum one. Yeah, I mean, really amazing artwork. I mean, so basic. Young Percy Pluggett must get back to his circuit board in time. Please help him find the right keys. Oh, that sounds exciting, doesn't it? Here we go. High Rise Harry, another big game for Blabby on the Spectrum. Sadly, this is quite typical of Blabby's output. Tiny little sprites. Look at that jump mechanic. Awful. Colour in the platforms. Very basic early game type. But yeah, just no animation on the main character. It is pretty poor. Yeah, it's a version of Load Runner. But wow, what a game! So they're just beautiful things, aren't they? They are just beautiful things. They're like when you go to an old steam railway. You go to an old steam railway, and then they've got the gift shop. You've done the little trip on the line, then they've got the gift shop, and it's full of this quaint old, reproduction china things and signs and things. And these games, these designs, they look like they would fit in those kind of shops, like with your enamel metal plate, metal tin signs, and then this High Rise Harry. I don't know. There's just something magical about the style of it. And here's another one, Hubert. It's not ripping off. What game's this ripping off? I wonder. Hubert there, but beautiful again. I don't know. It's very primary colours, simple, basic. Classic Hubert for the Spectrum. Very hard to find. Not many left. Not many left. You can breathe soon. We have got another Spectrum, Gold Digger. Possibly the worst version of Dig Dug you'll ever see. Well, okay, the graphics are tiny, but it does what it's meant to. For some reason though, the timing is so hard to get the rocks to hit the bad guys. It's pretty lumpy. Gold Digger, again, so they go so well as a set. I mean, that's the thing. If I put these games together, like, you know, I can't, but you know, as a set, don't they look, forget Hubert, because I can't, you know, do you see what I mean? If you look at that as a set, they look nice together, don't they? They look very good. Do you know what I mean? There's a consistency of inlay design which I love. And I love that across lots of formats for 8-bit computers, where they kind of all blend into one massive montage of, if you put all the games together, they look fabulous. Okay, this one is quite a different style. This is another one of the Amstrad ones. This is Life Expectancy 0. They've just called it 0 on the front, but it does say it on the back. And cleverly they put this O as a 0 on the side. They've done that. They've put a dash through it, but they didn't do that on the inlay. What should we say about Life Expectancy 0? That sounds a bit hopeless, doesn't it? This is your rating in this exciting bike game. Up to 5 riders are out to tie you in knots. A quick burst of AC and they do the trick. Oops, bang, there goes another one. It's a Tron game. They couldn't get away from Tron. Casey Jones, this is the small case. I showed you the clam to start with. This is just the small case version, very rare, for the Spectrum. They release in multiple sizes too. Another Barmy Burgers, we can't do that again, is Chopper Rescue. This is a Chopper Rescue, and it marks a change at Blabby. They suddenly realised they could do Spectrum sound effects. Check this out. What's the other one? Copter Snatch. Not Copter Snatch, Chopper Rescue. They've reformed. It's the same game, I think, but it's reformed for the Spectrum release. And again, that same style fits in beautifully with the others. Shuttle. Now this one has got rid of the white border at the top. Again on Spectrum. It looks like a CRL game, doesn't it? That looks like they've stolen the artwork from a CRL game. I'll just put up a similar game to compare. You see what I mean? Yeah, it's similar style, but no, that is... and then this one has a separate manual. Oh yeah, separate manual. Beautiful. They pushed out the boat there. They've got the address of the shop on this one. I think a lot of them have. Crossways House, Lutterworth Road, Blabby, Leicestershire. And they've got the phone number. We can give them a ring, see if they've got any stock left. They might have. Not much left. We've got 2 more copies of Shuttle. I don't know why he's got lots of Shuttles. So there's 3 of those. And the last game, and I haven't saved this for any reason, but it's another good looking one. It's called Gotcha. Gotcha, not like Desperado Dan, but yeah, again fits in with that, with the gamut, fills in with the rest of them. It's that style. Gotcha by Blabby, and I do hope I haven't blinded you. You've always been you've been moaning lately. I'm not much 8-bit stuff lately. Not much 8-bit. There was a lot of 8-bit stuff there today. I hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll go back to normal next week. Remember your comments for the big show. Until next week. Thanks for watching, Retro Gamers.
Retrogames says thank you for watching. Retrogames says thank you for watching.
Right, I'm off to Leicestershire.